Welcome to English literature class, my dear students of class 11th. Now I am going to start the chapter Act 3, Scene 1. Act 3, Scene 1 of The Tempest. Here, in this scene, what happens? First of all, listen some sentences, some lines, outlines of the scene. The scene opens with Ferdinand carrying wood willingly to prove his love for Miranda. He wants to prove his love. That's why willingly, without any pressure, he carries wood. This is in contrast to the curses which accompanied Caliban's trial at the beginning of the preceding scene. The love between Ferdinand and Miranda is part of the play's largest pattern of atonement and reconciliation. The purity and innocence of their love atones for the suspicious hostilities and betrayal of their father's generation. Prospero is seen here in his godlike role, overseeing two of the creatures carrying out of a design. Here before the Prospero cell, enter Ferdinand carrying a log of wood. Ferdinand says here, "There be some sports are painful and their labor, delight in them sets off. Some kinds of baseness are nobly undergone, and most poor matters point to rich ends. This my mean task would be as heavy to me as odious, but the mistress which I serve quickens what's dead, and makes me labor's pleasures." Ferdinand speaking to himself, here is soliloquy, here speaking to himself, "There are some tasks that are painful, gives me pain, but the pleasure they give compensate, satisfies for the labor." The pain are unbearable, but still they give me pleasure, they give compensate for the labor, and many humble tasks aim at noble results. This humble task which I am doing in carrying these logs is tedious and boring, as well as hateful to me. I don't like to carry the logs. It is very hateful work for me, but I will do willingly. But the lady for whose sake I am doing this, the lady, Miranda, the lady, though he does not know her name, but he says here, "But the lady for whose sake I am doing this gives a purpose to the dull task, to the monotonous task. There is a purpose behind it. In this way, my labor becomes a pleasure." Yes, the lady is 10 times more gentle than her father, who is bad-tempered indeed. Here she says, "Oh, she is 10 times more gentle than her father Scrabbed, and he is composed of harshness. I must remove some thousands of these logs and pile them up upon a sore injunction." He says here, the lady is 10 times more gentle than her father, who is bad-tempered, who is very bad-tempered. Indeed, he is made of rudeness. I have been asked to carry thousands of these logs and pile them up against the threat of a severe punishment. My beautiful lady weeps here. Here he says, my sweet mistress weeps when she sees me work and says, such baseness had never liked executor. My beautiful lady weeps when she sees me doing this uh, task, this hard task. She tells me that such hard work had never before been done by anyone so noble as myself. I forgot, but these sweet thoughts do even refresh my labors, most busy least when I do it. But these sweet thoughts about her make my labor light. Because I feel free from care when doing this task. I do not care what is going with me. Ferdinand says, the pain from which he is suffering, he doesn't care about it, and the work given by, though the work was very tedious, very hard work, but he enjoys the work. He enjoys the work and willingly, without any pressure, he is carrying the logs. Here enter Miranda and Prospero at a distance unseen. Enter Miranda and Prospero. Prospero is at a distance. Prospero is invisible here. Miranda says to Ferdinand, alas, now pray you, work not so hard. I would the lightning had burned up those logs that you are enjoined to pile. Pray, set it down and rest you. When this burns, it will weep for having wearied you. My father is hard at study. Pray, now rest yourself. He is safe for 3 hours. Miranda request Ferdinand. Alas, she says, alas, I now entreat you, I request you, I plead you not to work so hard. I wish that lightning, now she wishes here, I wish that lightning had burnt up those logs which you have been ordered to pile by my father. I request you to put down the log and take rest. Have some rest. When this log is burnt, the moisture that comes out from burning, the moisture, you see, when the logs or the any wood burns, what happens? The moisture comes out. The moisture that comes out from burning would be the tears of sympathy, would be the tears of sympathy which the log will shed for having made you tired. My father is busy in study. I request you. He won't see you whether you are working or not. He is busy in his study. I request you to rest now. He will not bother you for the next 3 hours. For the next 3 hours, he won't come here to see you, whatever you are, whether you are working or not. You are piling up the logs or not, he won't see you. Ferdinand says, O most dear mistress, the sun will set before I shall discharge what I must strive to do. My dearest mistress, I must work till sunset without rest to finish the work that has been assigned to me, that has been given to me. From sunrise till sunset, dawn to dusk, I will have to complete this work. Miranda says, if you will sit down, I will bear you log the while. Pray, give me that, I will carry you to the pile. Miranda's request, if you take rest, I will carry the logs. The work will be continued by this way. I will carry the log. Give me that log and I will carry it to the pile. Ferdinand says, no, precious creature, I had rather crack my sinews, break my back, than you should such dishonor undergo while I sit lazy by. Ferdinand uh, says to Miranda, no, my lady, I would rather crack my muscles. I would like here, I would rather crack my muscles and break my back than allow you to do this menial work while I rest. This hard work, I will do it myself. I won't like to give this menial work to you. Miranda says, it would become me as well as it does you, and I should do it with much more ease, for my good will is to it, and yours is it is against. Miranda says, it would be more appropriate for me to do this than for you. It will be good for me to do this task than you. Besides, I will be able to do it better. I will do it this work better because I will be doing it with my goodwill. I will do it with keen interest while you are doing it against yours. When you students, when you take interest in any work, the work you feel that the work becomes very easy for you, and when you do not want to do such work, any work, it becomes very tedious and very boring for you. So Miranda says here that I will do this work interestingly and you are not, so I will do this work better than you. Prospero aside. Prospero is aside. Poor worm, thou art infected. This visitation shows it. Prospero, Prospero says to himself, poor creature, you have caught the infection of love. As he wanted. This visits proves it. Miranda, you look wearily. Miranda says to Ferdinand, you are looking very tired, you are looking very fatigued. Ferdinand says, no, noble mistress, it is fresh morning with me when you are by at night. I do beseech you, chiefly that I might set it in my prayers. What is your name? Ferdinand says, no, my noble lady, when you are with me, even the night seems as bright as the morning. If you are with me, the night seems as bright as morning. Night seems me. I request you to tell me your name, because I would like to make use of it in my prayers. I want prayer. I want to do prayer of your names. I would like to make use of your name in my prayer. Miranda says, Miranda, oh my father, I have broke your haste to say so. Miranda says, my name is Miranda. Oh my father, by revealing this I have violated your instruction. Probably Prospero forbade Miranda to tell her name to any person. Therefore she says that, oh my father, by revealing this, by revealing my name, by telling my name, I have violated, I have ignored your instructions. Ferdinand says, admired Miranda. Indeed, the top of admiration, worth was the dearest to the world, full many a lady I have eyed with best regard, and many a time the harmony of their tongues hath into bondage brought my too diligent ear. For several virtues have I liked several women, never any with so full soul, but some defect in her did quarrel with the noblest grace she owed and put it to the file. But you, oh you, so perfect and so peerless and created of every creature's best. It is clear that Ferdinand appreciates Miranda here in these lines, in this extract. He he appreciates so much. Here you see, Ferdinand says, admired Miranda, indeed the summit of wonder. I am wonder. I I feel wondrous. Indeed, the summit of wonder, apex of wonder, worth what is dearest to the world. You are dearest to the world. I have seen many ladies with attention. I have seen many ladies with attention. Many times their melodious voices attracted my attention. I have felt attracted to them, to their virtues, to their qualities, but never have I been so overcome by love. I never felt any love for them. Earlier, I always found some defect in every lady. No lady was perfect in my eyes. In every lady, and I felt that the defect in a woman nullified, null and void, nullified her good qualities. But you seem to have the best virtues. You are complete lady. You are perfect lady. You seem to have the best virtues of all the women because you are perfect. You are different. You are something different from other women. Miranda says, I do not one of my sex, no woman's face, remember, save from my glass mine own, nor have I seen more that I may call men than you, good friend, and my dear father. How features are abroad I am skillless of, but by my modesty, the jewel in my dower, I would not wish any companion in the world but you. Nor can imagination form a shape besides yourself to like of, but I prattle something too wildly, and my father's precepts I therein do forget. Here, when here in this line, in these sentences, Miranda is appreciating Ferdinand. How you see here? Miranda says, I do not know any other woman nor remember any other woman's face. I have only seen my own face in the mirror. I don't know any. Because when she was 3 years old, she came to the island with Prospero. So she said that I don't know any woman. Only I have seen my own image in the mirror, nor have I seen any other man besides you and my father. I have no idea of how people living in other places look. What is the appearance of other men? I don't know. I swear by my modesty, the jewel in my inheritance, that I do not wish to have any companion in the world other than you. Nor can I imagine any other man besides you, whom I like. You are the first man whom I liked. I am talking some rubbish, and thus I am forgetting my father's instructions. She says I am talking some rubbish and thus I am forgetting my father's instructions. I don't um, I don't want to talk such type of rubbish thing as my father's instruction. I am violating my father's instruction though I am talking. And what Ferdinand says after that you will study in my next video. Thank you so much, students.